Hey guys, really quick, because this was not planned at all. It seemed like the Lord is doing that more and more with these videos. Um, I don't know, but He's just dropping words and telling me to just drop them immediately. So earlier this morning, it's probably like 12 now. My son just finished lunch and all his homework. Now he's playing. But earlier, this morning, the Lord was showing me. I knew I would have to do a video on it, but I just didn't think I would have to do it like today. I was thinking I could do it like tomorrow when I release the time and investments video, which I have all the notes and scriptures for that. So I'm gonna record that later today once it's like more quieter and my son is taking a nap, and I'm gonna upload it probably like midnight Friday, or it's midnight coming on Friday, so you guys can get that. Then I'll be back on Monday, Lord's will. But what I wanted to talk about, for some, it actually is for many of you. The Lord is saying for you that you need to guard your eyes and ears. Another word for someone. Now, this part may not be for everybody, but it will be for someone. Even if it's one, I'm just releasing it. He said you need to refrain from gossip and selfishness. That's loathsome to him. So that part is not for everybody, but that is for someone. Refrain from gossip and selfishness. That's loathsome to him. But going back to the guard your eyes and ears, the way he was showing me this for this video, for whoever this is for, I'm gonna give you guys a few scriptures on this to just give you scripture. But he was just showing me, and the cartoon is in the background, guys, so just bear with me. Y'all know. So what he was showing me with this is like, let's say like someone is sitting in a fast food restaurant and they're just sitting by themselves at a table. They're relaxed. They're chilling. They're eating by themselves. They good. And then a total stranger that they do not know just walk up to them and just begin to put stuff in front of their eyes. They begin to just put stuff in front of their eyes, and like things that could harm and hurt their eyes. Now, if you're in your right mind, you're not going to just allow no strangers to walk up on you like that and put anything on your eyes, because, and then it's something to harm you, like that's a threat. But then it's like there are so many of you, and it's no judgment. It's like the Lord is saying this in love to just get you to see how serious this is. So if you wouldn't do that naturally, you wouldn't allow nobody to come and just, distort your vision, or come and just harm your vision, or just come put things in front of you with your vision. Why do you do that spiritually? Why do you listen to the lies of the enemy? Why do you just allow anything in your natural realm, and with your natural eyes and with your spiritual eyes? The Lord is saying you have to guard your eyes and your vision. And he's also saying that with your ears. Now, let's say the same person is walking up out this restaurant, and they just walking, and somebody just come up to them and just begin to just like pour blackness on them, like black oil and black things and things that can harm their natural ear. You're going to be ready to do some things. The Lord gonna have to remind you that you saved in him in Jesus' name. But just your first instinct, like it's just like flight or fight. But your first instinct is gonna be to protect yourself, guard yourself. You ain't gonna be giving this person a hug like, oh yeah, come pour out that stuff. You're gonna be okay, your hands. So you got to guard your eyes and ears, because that's a threat. So you got to protect your physical eyes and ears, just as you physically protect your eyes and ears. Like if you're going out and it's really hot and you put on some shades, you want to protect your eyes from the sun. You want to protect your ears. Like if you listen in the headphones, you're not going to allow anything to come in your spirit, because we've done some videos talking about that. But our eyes and ears are portals, naturally and spiritually. Like whatever. So let's say, for example, you listen to a song, whatever is whatever spirit is behind that song. If you open up yourself to listen to that song, it don't matter if it's catchy or the beat or whatever, or the lyrics. If it's demonic, you open up yourself to everything that artist or that demonic spirit or stronghold is. You open up yourself to you. What's wrong, Jane? Are you looking for your rhyme? You got to look in your toy box, because I don't know, I had got that from when I cleaned up the other toys.
I was looking for this
The
thing,
what?
the ring that shaped like this.
Oh, the Sonic ring?
No.
Oh, well, look in
The
your
black ring.
Well, look in your toy box and see. Yeah, guys, I'm finna hurry up and get off of here, but I had to release this. But yeah, you wouldn't do that. So whatever is behind that, that's what's gonna come open up to you. It's just like if you open up yourself to something that is a blessing and it's anointed, and it got God and his Holy Spirit all over it. Them blessings gonna come to you. You're gonna open up your spirit to receive peace and joy and happiness and worship in the Lord. You may be feeling good. You listen to an old love song or a song because you caught by the beat. That's how the enemy, or you caught by the beat or the tune, or it's catchy, and you're not paying attention to the words. And that artist could have been dealing with suicide, or they talking about murder. or they talking about depth. And I remember, okay, all these notifications. I remember, like all of us have a story, but when I wasn't saved, I loved, all those different type of music. It was rare that I wanted to hear gospel music. Maybe on Sunday, I'm not gonna lie, on Sunday I hear a little bit of it, but then I go right back to my old lifestyle because I wasn't saved and I was on that other world. And then I could be doing good, and then I listen to a song and I'm feeling depressed. I'm missing so and so that I know I'm not supposed to be around. I'm feeling these angry feelings or different things that I thought was dumb. So you can't be doing that. And then, like, when you listen to a gospel song or a good song, and I'm not even going to get into that because some people that say they gospel artists is not really gospel artists. I'm going to leave that right there. If you know, praying for everybody. So, you just have to be careful. I'm just trying to give you guys practical and spiritual. You're just going to be careful of what you are allowing in your eyes, with your ears, what you're listening to. Don't let gossip in your ears. I have no idea who I'm doing this video for, but the Lord said this is for many of you. I like your ice cream, baby. Guard your ears, like guard your vision, guard your faith, guard your hope, guard your trust in God. Like, guard what your eyes are seeing. Guard what your ears are hearing. What are you watching on TV? What are you listening to? Who are you connected to and why? Like, you have to be mindful of these things. So quickly, let me give you guys some scriptures and then I need to get off. Let me just give you guys these scriptures because I don't know if I'm putting anything in the description box. But Matthew 6:22 through 23, Psalms 119:37, Job 31:1, 1 Peter 5:8 through 9, Galatians 5:24, Mark 4:23 through 24, 2 Timothy 4:3 through 4. That's what scriptures I'm gonna give y'all. And if his word was for you, like, I encourage you in your private time, go to the Lord and ask him to show you like what you need to guard, as far as what do you need to guard for your vision. What have you been allowing in your eyes and ears that maybe you don't need to? Or maybe you are a person that you actually have been guarding your eyes and ears, and you just need to continue to guard your eyes and ears and be aware and alert of what can try to come and contaminate your eyes and ears. And even you want to be careful how you hear too, because let's say God told you that that truck is on the way, that truck and towing company is on the way. He's allowing your business to rise up. He's going to bless you with that home. He's going to take you deeper in the realm of the spirit. That thing that you keep praying for, like he tell you, like, be at peace, daughter, son. I already handled that. You don't have to pray to me about that anymore because you have petitioned me long enough. You have asked and seeked and knocked. Now the door's been open to you. I see your faithfulness. I saw that you didn't give up. I saw you kept praying and interceding. Now I'm telling you to rest because it is done. I am answering that prayer. I have answered that prayer. It just has to manifest. And then something may come and say, well, it didn't happen yet. So did God really say? See, we don't want to, and I say we generally, so no one feels no way, whoever this is for, because we all in this together. You don't want to, and we don't want to be like Eve in the garden, going back to Genesis. I won't read it because we did a Genesis series and we read it. And, most of us are already familiar with that story, but the serpent came to her and said, did God really say? And she knew what God had said. Adam in her knew what God had said, but she still took the bait. And then look what happened. That changed the trajectory of their lives forever, the trajectory of our lives. But that wasn't God's original intent, but God still had a plan. And Jesus Christ is over the sin and over the shortcomings and all that. We are redeemed. But just look at how taking the bait of the enemy can just change not just your life, because it ain't just touch Adam and Eve. It touched their children and it touched the generations after them. But God still had a plan. But going back to this, guard your eyes and ears. If something or someone is coming contrary to what God said in his word, or concerning you or in your life, you need to evaluate. This is a serious word, guys, especially for this time that we're in. So quickly, guys, let me just read Matthew 6:22 through 23. And you can read them in full context. A lot of these we already read, the full Bible study thing on it. But you could just read them in full context because today I don't have the time to read all these, like the full chapter. Matthew 6, we're going to read 22 through 23. These are the scriptures he gave me to do this video. No justice. It says, the eye is the lamp of the body. If your eyes are good, your whole body will be full of light. But if your eyes are bad, your whole body will be full of darkness. If then the light within you is darkness, how great is that darkness? Okay, so that's Matthew 6:22 to 23. Psalms 119:37 is the next one that I want to read, guys. And just bear with me because I have to flip there. Psalms 119:37. It says, turn my eyes away from worthless things. Preserve my life according to your word. Or in the bottom in the footnotes, it also says life in your way. Job 31 verse 1 is the next one I'm going to read to you guys. Just let me flip there. Bear me a second, guys. I believe it's right here. Job, what's up? Because I'm looking for you, brother. Bear me a second, guys. Okay, here it go. Here it go. Job 31:1. It says, I made a covenant with my eyes not to look lustfully at a girl. Okay, and let me just read verse 2 as well. It says, for what is man's lot from God above, his heritage from the Almighty on high. I want to read 1 Peter 5:8 through 9. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Thank you, Lord. This is another thing he just dropped to me. Even if this is like a word someone is going to understand. Let's say God told you, like your prophetic vision and promise that he gave you. You know what he told you. Everybody may not understand it around you, but God gave it to you. If he wanted them to have it, he would have given it to them. So it's not if they understand or not, it's if you believe. The Bible's talking about according to our faith be unto us as we believe. So it's by if you believe or not. Now somebody coming contrary, sowing seeds of doubt. Did God really say he going to bless that business? Did God really say he's going to marry you? Did God really say you're going to move? How are you going to move? You don't have your credit, the money, the finances. See, and then you listening to that and you taking that bait, they swing you and wooing you over. Now, just a quick example. Y'all know that Chicago PD is one of my favorite shows. And on there, Hank Voight, he's played by Jason Bage or Beige, however you pronounce his name. But basically, he had took what is this girl name? He took her in. I don't know if it's Haley. I forgot the girl name because sometimes I be forgetting. But he took her in like when she was a troubled teen because her mom was always like in and out of trouble. Just really quick, and I'm jumping back in here and I'm getting off. Her mom was like in and out of trouble, like drug abuse and stuff like that. She wasn't stable and she didn't have a stable environment to really raise her. I forgot this girl name. Anyway, she's the blonde girl. She's really pretty. She's thin and blonde and she's beautiful. Like she's really tough. I like her, but she's not on the show no more. But like on the older one, she knows she was on there. Basically, Voight had took her in. They had took her in. He had a son and he had a wife, but his wife ended up dying because the man. Let me just stop because I would actually tell y'all the seasons, but let me just get back into this. But anyway, talking about being swayed. So her mom name is Bonnie. The girl name, the girl mom name, I'm telling y'all this for a reason. The girl mom name is Bonnie. And Bonnie, like, she'll pop in her life and then she'll pop out. She'll pop in her life, in her adult life, I mean. She'll pop in her life and she'll pop out. And this girl already went through traumatic and psychological things, but Hank had helped her. He had got her on the unit with him. So, she changed her life and he changed his too, whatever. So Bonnie be popping in and out the girl life, like she had gave her a lead on something, but it was like a reward money or something. Anyway, the motives behind it was off. And Hank and Bonnie do not get along because Hank know that although that's her biological mom, she don't mean her well. So it got to a point one day where Nadia, her friend, had passed or whatever. Because I think Nadia, she was like into drug abuse, and then she was helping her, and something happened. I think Nadia passed. I believe the girl name was Nadia, the girl with the black hair, whatever. So the mom had bought a picture to the unit one day. And Hank was telling her, like, get out. Like, she going through a traumatic time. Because what had happened was he was trying to get her, okay, take your time off to grieve, do what you got to do. But then she ended up relapsing, hanging around the wrong crowd, going back partying, clubbing, getting into the pills and the prescription drugs and stuff. And her mom was not trying to tell her to get off those things. Like the dealer had came to the house while the girl was asleep. She having a party while the girl trying to sleep. And the guy was like, you owe me such and such for these prescription medications. Of those, they wasn't prescription. Y'all know how it is. So then she had give her, like, the mom money, and the mom is encouraging her to do all this stuff. And Hank was trying to tell her, like, look, you need to clean. I don't know if that girl named Haley. I forgot the girl name. But he was trying to tell her, like, look, you need to rid yourself from Bonnie. But you know Bonnie is trouble. You know Bonnie don't mean you no good. You need to distance yourself from Bonnie. And it got to a point where, like, it's like I don't know if y'all know, like, when I was little and you see on the TV the little devil on one side, the little angel. So it's like Hank, although he have a checkered past as well, but he's in her favor. So it's like he is the good person speaking to her. Her mama is like the devil pretty much. And it got to the point where she gave up her badge, and Hank was like, don't do this. We're going to the station. I came at you as a father, as a friend. Like, he went to the bar that Bonnie worked at, and the girl was there drinking and stuff. He was like, it's time to get up. Let's go. We're going to get a coffee, sober you up, and it's time to go back to the station. She was like, no, Hank, I'm not coming. So Bonnie was like, what's this texting me? Asking me, no, we already had to meet this morning for school at 10 o'clock. I don't know, guys, but let me hurry up and get off of here. So, go ahead, Justice. So, yeah. So anyway, she ended up giving up her badge, and she chose her mom, and it was a mistake because she ended up relapsing more bad. But she did end up getting the badge back because they had took Jay, and her and Jay like was together or whatever. But basically, it's like she was about to give up her career, and she was going back down that path. She had already had the words that she was doing good and getting better, but she allowed the wrong thing to get in her ear. So that's like, if God has told you something, okay, so God is God in your life. Don't allow a Bonnie, and I'm not saying nothing wrong against her character, because that's not who she is in real life. I'm just telling y'all about the show. Should give it practical to you too. Don't allow a Bonnie to come in your life and stay in your life and redirect you from staying on the right path, from doing what you're supposed to be doing, is what I'm trying to say. Be careful what and who you let in your ear, because that girl was, she was like one of the top ranking police. She was in like one of the best units, and she spiraled back down, and like she was pushing away everybody that was there for her. Like the next morning, she was at the club. They were calling her, checking up on her, and she was just distancing everybody, and she was depressed, and like they were trying to give her wisdom and talk to her through it, and she didn't want to hear that. But she ended up getting cleaned up a couple weeks, and she came back, and he was like, no, you made your decision. But they had to send in a girl to go rescue Jay undercover. It's a long story. If you watch the episode, you'll know which one I'm talking about. But he wanted to send in Kim, but Rusi was like, no, you're not sending in my fiance. And he was like, it's not your choice, And then she was like, Hank, send me. And he was like, no, you made your choice, because they needed someone that was tough to go deliver them false CI files to get Jay back, But let me just hurry up. So 1 Peter 5:8-9. And that wasn't going off on a tangent. That's telling you, be careful of what you let in your ear. Even the people that was around her partying, those wasn't her friends. Although she was in that expensive club and they were drinking and partying and all them pills, that girl was not happy. The camera kept going on her. You could tell like she was thinking about what they were telling her. The people that really loved her, like Jay and Hank and the people on her team and stuff. Just because they're around don't mean that it's intimate and it's real. You know what I'm saying? So you got to be mindful of that. So 1 Peter 5:8-9 says, be self-controlled and alert. Your enemy, the devil, prowls around like a roaring lion looking for someone to devour. Resist him, standing firm in the faith, because you know that your brothers throughout the world are undergoing the same kind of sufferings. Okay, Galatians 5:24 is the next one. I almost left it. Almost flipped it. Galatians 5:24 says, let me read 22-24. And let me just make a quick note. Let's see. Okay. But the fruit of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Against such things there is no law. Let's also just read through 25. I'm sorry, just bear with me. Let's read 25. Okay, because it all like ties in together, even though we read this in full context. So those who belong to Christ Jesus have crucified the sinful nature with its passions and desires. Since we live by the Spirit, let us keep in step with the Spirit. Let me read two more really quick. Two more. Mark 4:23-24. Justice, are you okay? Yeah, went to the bathroom. He didn't call me, so he okay. Mark. Mark 4:23. Okay, here we go. That's Mark. You okay, Justice? All right, here you go.
Yes.
You're welcome. Okay, go ahead and play with your toys. You're gonna take a nap soon, okay? 23 to 24 says, it says, no, you know what? Let me read 21 through 24. I don't want to read it out of context. Let's do 21 through 24. Okay, he said to them, it's talking about a lamp on the stand and some other stuff. But he said to them, do you bring in a lamp to put it under a bowl or a bed? Instead, don't you put it on a stand? For whatever is hidden is meant to be disclosed, and whatever is concealed is meant to be brought out into the open. And even that's going back to the Proverbs. We read this already, but it's talking about out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. How whatever you think is whatever like is in your thoughts and your heart is gonna come out of your mouth, because that is within you. Like, for example, let me just read 23 to 24, and I'll get y'all that point. If anyone has ears to hear, let him hear. Consider carefully what you hear. He continued, with the measure you use, it will be measured to you and even more. And if, for example, like if you have a Walmart, like the Walmart haul trucks or Target trucks or whatever trucks, whatever is on that load inside of that truck is going to come out. It's going to come out. It's going to go through the back. I used to work at Target, so I know how this works. But it's going to come out. Just common sense too. But it's going to come out. It's going to go through the back, through the loading. Then it's going to go in the back area, like where they have the little warehouse area. And they're going to like take the packages out. Or if they don't take the packages out, they're going to distribute them to the departments that they go. So whatever is inside of that truck, whatever is inside of those, oh Lord, sorry, these notifications. Sorry guys. Whatever is inside of those packages, sorry Lord, whatever is inside of them packages or that truck, that's what's going to be distributed. That's what's going to come out. If it has Z's inside of it, it can't say it's a M. That's a Z. And that's how it is, how we have to guard our eyes and ears. Like whatever is inside of us, our spirit, our soul, whatever our thoughts is or what's in our heart, eventually it's going to come out. You can't say, oh, well, I meant to say, or that was that. That's what came out. I mean, even if you do, you can't try to rectify it, good, but that still came out, though, is what I'm saying. So hopefully you guys get what I'm trying to say. 2 Timothy, thank you, Lord. The last one we're going to read is this. 2 Timothy 4:3-4. Okay, so it's talking about, let's actually read 1-4. Okay, in the presence of God and of Christ Jesus, who will judge the living and the dead, and in view of his appearing in his kingdom, I give you this charge. When we read Timothy, so we had read this. Preach the word, be prepared in season and out of season. Correct, rebuke, and encourage with great patience and careful instruction. For the time will come when men will not put up with sound doctrine. Instead, to suit their own desires, they will gather around them a great number of teachers to say what their itching ears want to hear. They will turn their ears away from the truth and turn aside to myths. So I'm going to stop there, guys. That's all I had for notes. Pray you guys was encouraged and blessed. Have a great day.